Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to yet another one of my quarterly updates where I want to inform you how it's going for me as I continue this journey of formation, of discernment, and of collegiate education. So thank you for tuning in. I'm currently on spring break here, so I'm home from classes for an entire week from classes at Gannon University and formation at St. Mark's Seminary, both in Erie. And it's hard to believe that I'm already 3/4 of the way through this first year of formation, through this first year of college. Time has really been flying. And this is our first time chatting during this spring semester, the second semester. And the last time I updated you was back in November around Thanksgiving time. So how's the second semester going? Well, it's going great. Really not much different than the first semester. I'm taking 6 classes again for an additional 1 credit, so for 18 credits this semester, and it doesn't seem that bad. It's been a really easy adjustment, and I always tell people, I give credit to my alma mater of St. Joseph High School in Natrona Heights for really preparing me well and helping this be a very smooth, a very easy transition into college, and that's what it's been. It's still been an easy, manageable, really low stress, just first year of college, and I'm very grateful for that. Even, taking on 6 classes both semesters, it really hasn't been all that difficult, and again, for that I'm grateful, and I'm very indebted to St. Joseph High School, and I always appreciate my visits back there, just to thank them, and to be with the current students and the teachers, and to encourage them, and to give them feedback as well as to how it's going. And you might be wondering, how was the Erie winter? So we haven't really updated you since winter began, and since I've been accepted, pretty much everyone who talks to me, who hears that I'm going to Erie for school, has something to say about the weather. Whether it's, I hope you enjoy snow, I hope you enjoy cold weather, I hope you bring a nice warm winter coat, which I have. There's always some comment about the weather. Even my own bishop, when he was accepting me, had some comment about the Erie weather. So what has the Erie winter been like for someone who's lived through what apparently is one of the worst winters they've had in the last handful of years? It's been, as you have all warned me, and it's been a lot of snow. It's been a lot of cold temperatures, and it's just more snow than I had been used to back home, because I guess I live in a valley back home where we don't even get as much snow as the rest of my diocese does, and rarely canceling school, rarely going on 2-hour delays, but it's quite different up in Erie, where it's really a level playing field. There's no valleys, there's no hills, there's no mountains, there's no nothing. It's just the lake and the town, and then if you go up the hill a little bit, you got the seminary. So it's definitely the lake effect. Snow is real, and in the cold temperatures, it's just the wind, having nothing else with which to interfere. It really does create a unique winter experience that I and survived, if you could say, one of them. And just here's how it goes, especially with the snow, where one day we had a bad snowstorm where we got 2 feet of snow. I think it was over a 2-day period or something, but it was a bad snowstorm. We got 2 feet of snow. And that set up snow for a long, long time, because the temperatures never rose to high enough where it could ever melt that snow. So in addition to that snow, you get a little bit more sprinkled in there occasionally, creating more snow. So this is how the snow accumulation would usually go in Erie, where you would get a bunch of this snow, and it would finally, for a period of like 2 days in a row, it would finally reach the 50s, and it would feel like spring. It would be great, and the snow would entirely melt. All the snow is gone. You could see the grass again. You could see sidewalks again. You can see green. And then what would happen? This happened 3 times throughout the winter. And what would happen every single time, without exception, all 3 of these times, the next night or the next day, whatever, it would snow again and completely cover the city of Erie. It was almost like an illusion or hallucination that we had any green grass for any period of time because it was all quickly covered again. So I'm hoping, my spring break goes through the weekend as well. So I'm hoping when I return to Erie on Sunday that it's green and it's going to stay green for the rest of the academic year. Punxsutawney Phil, who's actually a native of the Diocese of Erie, Punxsutawney is encompassed in this diocese as well as a few areas to the east of that. It's a pretty big diocese. But Punxsutawney Phil said there were 6 more weeks of winter, and we're about a month removed from his prediction. So essentially there's only a couple more weeks of winter, and then it's spring. We're in the clear. And hopefully in Erie, spring's coming a little bit earlier than he anticipated, because that would be nice to finish off the last 7 weeks of the semester with green grass, warm temperatures, and sunshine. All things that we have been missing really since the last time we spoke. Since I returned from Christmas break just until now, it's been constant snow, 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 1 day of grass, snow, snow, snow. That's what an Erie winter has been like. And I guess, as you could say, I've survived one of them. 1 out of 4. So, I'm 25% of the way there. And who knows if it's even done yet. But I do want to thank you again for tuning in to get another one of these updates. My next one will be roughly 3 months from now, maybe mid-May, around my 1-year anniversary of my acceptance into the seminary. So maybe I'll do a little 1-year recap of what it's been like for 1 year being a seminarian, or maybe even in early June. So sometime around that time, we'll have my next update. It'll be the next time we talk. And I just want to thank you again for tuning in, for watching these, and most especially for your prayers and your support. It really means a lot. It really helps me get through. It really helps to motivate me knowing that I have so many people essentially cheering me on and praying for me and supporting me. It really does make all the difference. And I want to assure you, as always, of my prayers for you each and every single day. And I do appreciate all the love and support and prayers that you've shown me too. And if you would be so kind to please extend in your prayers, in your charity, please remember Bishop Donald Troutman and the entire Diocese of Erie. The first day I was home for spring break, I got the news that Bishop Troutman, a Bishop Emeritus of the Diocese of Erie, had passed away at the age of 85. So he hadn't been bishop in Erie for the past 10 years. I have never met him, but he passed away, and definitely his passing will take a toll on the Diocese of Erie in the coming weeks, especially as I return from break. There are no funeral arrangements yet, so we might end up even serving or participating in some form in his funeral liturgy next week, whenever that might be. So if you could just keep the repose of his soul primarily in your prayers, as well as the entire Diocese of Erie and their current bishop, Bishop Lawrence Persico, and all those affiliated with the Diocese of Erie, and all the family and friends and loved ones, and all those who mourn the loss of Bishop Troutman. I would appreciate that as well, if you could keep them in your prayers during this challenging time, this sad time for the Diocese of Erie, of which I am a student and a seminarian assigned to Erie, so I do take part in their grief as well, for that wonderful diocese that I've come to love and appreciate in its own way up north there. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for praying for Erie. And I hope to see you soon. And may God continue to bless you and those you love.